There's a lot of different ways to go fishing, and naturally most of us, when we get started, we start from the bank, fishing from the shore. And that's a good way to catch a lot of fish. And there are places where that's the only way to catch fish because it's not safe to wade or it's too small to put a boat in. So just because you're on the shoreline, don't think that you can't catch fish or can't catch a lot of fish or even big fish. And look for spots along the shore. Well, some of the best spots will be where deep water comes close to shore, or where there's some cover like brush piles or weed beds or rocks, something that'll attract the fish. Docks or jetties or fishing piers are other great shore fishing spots because they provide some structure and some cover, places that'll attract fish. Now, if you can, it's always a good thing to try and cover more water. If you cover more water, your chances are better that you're going to find some fish that are willing to bite. So I do a lot of fishing in a pair of waders. You got to be careful where you're wading, make sure it's safe and that you don't step in any holes or deep water where you end up swimming. You wear chest waders a lot so you can wade out to water about waist deep, maybe a little bit deeper. And that'll get you a little further off the shore, maybe a little closer to deep water. Real good for wading in some shallow streams or rivers where you can cover more of the water there that way. Be careful, like I mentioned, of the depth of the water and the footing so that you don't lose your balance and slip and fall in. Waders are a great way to be quiet and fish that shallow water. A lot of times fish come into that shallow water to feed, and you can be right in there with them in the waders and catch those fish without spooking them. Another little tool that's inexpensive, a way to get off the shore and fish a little more water, is a float tube. This is an old float tube I've had since I was in high school. I don't know that you can even get old float tubes like this anymore. It's basically an inner tube that you sit in the middle of, and then it has some paddle fins down there, and you paddle around in the float tube. That is a great tool to, again, get off the shore, cover some more water. The float tubes work really good in pits, sand pits and farm ponds, small bodies of water. They get you off the shoreline where you're making a little less noise, you're spooking less fish, and you can cover some water, get out in front of a weed bed, for example, and fish along that outside edge of a weed bed. And then, of course, there's more expensive tools. If you have the ability, the money to invest in a boat, you can start small with things like canoes or kayaks. There's a variety of kayaks on the market now that are made especially for fishing. The fishing kayaks have a lot of features for holding your tackle and allowing you to, again, get off the shore, cover more water. The kayaks and the canoes are, again, a great way to be quiet and sneak up on fish. And then if you have enough money to invest, of course, the big boats, the outboard motors and trolling motors and depth finders and all of those tools are another great way to get out further in the water and catch more fish. The important part is just be out there. You can't catch anything sitting at home on the couch, so get out there, get a pole in your hands, and get in the water and see what you can catch.